Welcome to another edition of Zacks Rank Buy. I am Brian Boland, and I am the aggressive growth stock strategist here at Zacks. And I got two more stocks for your aggressive growth radar screen. And both of these names are coming in the oil patch. I think there's a lot of buzz in that space. A lot of people are calling for oil to move higher. I've seen $125 price target and $150 price target suggesting another super spike in oil. If that happens, these stocks are going to rock and roll, or better yet, they're going to gush higher. Let's face it, they're going to gush higher. All right, so what are my stocks, you say? Well, let's start with Matrix Service. Matrix Service, it's MTRX as the ticker. It's a Zacks rank number 2. That's a buy. It's got an A for growth, is just about all my videos do, and a C for value. And we can see right about here, mid-August, that's when oil starts moving a lot higher. And I know it's come in just a little bit recently, but as I said, there's just some big price targets out there for oil. All right, let's take a look at the earnings history and the numbers here. We got a beat, 2 misses, and a beat. Now, you want to say this is bad news because you look at this, these are all unprofitable quarters, and that's not what I like to see. And, we've got some misses in here. But the idea is these oil companies are priced off of the current price of oil and the production average over the quarter where the estimates believe. So we've got a loss of 13 cents for this quarter, no estimate for next quarter. But here's the important thing. Next fiscal year, and I'm going to point that out as fiscal year ends June of next year, we go from a loss and we flip to a gain of 13 cents. Boy, that's just what you want to see. That flip to profitability, that's going to bring a lot of investors into the name. The next fiscal year, which is a long way out there, but we've got 75 cents, and that is a big, big up. So we're going to cheat here just a little bit, and I'm going to show you the point of that is that, boy, am I a dummy, 111% earnings growth this year and 477% earnings growth next year. All right, let's take a look at the valuation. And you say, Brian, why are you giving me a stock that has an 87 times forward PE? Well, it really doesn't. It has a 15 times forward PE when you look out to those bigger, better numbers, and just breaking through profitability. Anytime a company is just breaking through that PE is going to be, exorbitant because you go for a loss and nothing to a gain. Price to book at 1.7 times. That's really good to see right there. Value players like anything under 3 times. Price to sales has got a lot of potential to move up there, but only selling it at 0.4 times. Your margins are still negative here because we're going to lose money again this next quarter, but it's going to flip soon and we're going to start making money. So how does the chart look? Bad, 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 bad. And then whoop, up we go. And here we go is that big shock higher in earnings estimates when you see that big gap in that space between estimates for the different color lines. That's a great sign. So a great indication for that. And I do want to point out that Brian Boland, made Matrix Service the bull of the day on September 29th. So this is a stock that I've been looking at for a bit. I've been talking about it for a bit. It's Matrix Service, and I like it. All right, let's go on to our next one. This is USA Compression Partners, and it's USAC. USAC, it's a Zacks rank number 1 strong buy. It's got a B for growth and a D for value, and you know that I love that if you watch these videos. That means it's a growth divergence. Growth investors, value investors looking for different things. A strong growth score and a weak value score mean that I'm already on the right path. If we can see here that this stock has also taken off and then really accelerated the other day, come in a little bit. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's go to our numbers here. And why do we like this? Okay, you're missing. It's a miss. That's a miss. But that's a beat. And significantly, again, here, we're going to talk about losing money. Now we're making money. We're making money with 8 cents there on that quarter. So what do we expect for the rest of the year? Well, we see estimates go from 9 cents to 11 cents for next quarter. And then actually a dip lower, 14 cents comes back into 13 cents. but that takes the full year into profitability, moving up from 29 cents to 30 cents. Next year, looking for 51 up to 58. So the Zacks rank cares more about that full year number. Let's go ahead and look at some of our other little numbers that we get on this screen that I love to show. Okay, big earnings growth this year, 258% and still 93% next year. And that's just off of 17% top line growth this year and only 7% next year. But again, if oil moves higher, this is going to be a name that's going to roll again. Again, we're looking at a gigantic PE. But like the other one, if estimates continue to move up, that number's going to move slower, move smaller. The PE is going to move smaller. We've got an NA for a price to book, 3 times price to sales. I see margins moving higher on this one. Let's take a quick look at the chart. And we can see a chart that looks a little bit better, on the longer term when we scale this thing out. Obviously, this is the pandemic low, and we've had a good base of support. And yes, we see a whole bunch of misses here, but we've broken the trend here with a beat here, and we can see that estimates are trending higher. I like this stock, USA Compression. So why did it bust out? I think we showed on the much tighter chart that it really jumped up. There was a report that their pricing was moving up. It was moving up 11.7%. So they have pricing power. When you have pricing power, that's going to attract a lot more investors into a name. So this is one of those stocks. You got pricing power, stocks moving up, estimates moving up, and I love it. I love to see that. All right, thanks for joining us this week. Be sure to join us next time when we got 2 more stocks for your aggressive growth radar screen. And until then, why don't you go to Zacks.com/promo for all of our latest promotions.